I know last episode I ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, okay? And I'm sorry, but I had to build up what's about to come in this episode. Now, out of all the theories that I've had in my head, especially from what I talked about in episode 6, or just as I've been playing this game, I had another theory in this one about getting into a Big Daddy, and wouldn't you be surprised I was also wrong about that one too? You'll see what I mean when you watch the video. So probably one of my favorite parts in the game, not just because it's the ending, but just because I get a lot of those theories that I've been thinking in my head as I've been playing this game answered. Learn things about the little sisters, the Big Daddies, Frank Fontaine, Andrew Ryan, Tenenbaum, and Dr. Suchan, just all the characters compiled into one to really honestly set up Bioshock 2 really well. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion to Bioshock 1. And stick around because once it's done, towards the end of the video, there's also a review / recap, just a final thoughts and discussions. And my friend Gavin GL, who is a huge fan of the Bioshock series, joins the call about midway through the discussion to help me clear up any thoughts or feelings that I have in the game so that I can be fully prepared of what to expect in Bioshock 2. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this one, and as always, be safe, be humble, and do what you do best. See you guys in the next one.
You see the suit control system? The goods, get it. That is step 1 of turning you into one of those disgusting
Okay.
daddies. The only way to get through that door Fontaine went through is to have a little one open it for you. And they will only trust you if you look like, sound like, and even smell like one of those big stinking brutes.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, so that opens things a little more. Okay, interesting. All right, we're gonna have to see how this goes. I swear I was gonna pick this up and I was gonna go in it right away. Okay, so we're like slowly like building parts into being like a functional Big Daddy, pretty much. All right. Well, might as well do this. Get another trophy. Hey, that's that screenshot I saw, the Little Wonders. What game are we playing right now here, buddy? This thing alive? It's almost like they've done this like 10 times already, and I kind of knew that was gonna happen.
I won't hurt you. I just want to see what's inside.
That guy wants to see what's inside of me. Oh God.
You're crawling! I did...
Probably should focus on doing less tricks and actually trying to hit me. Might get you a little better at combat. Oh God. at least you're decontaminated before I rescue you.
No! 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 Thank you.
Thank you. My wallet is already full. You're meaning to tell me I have max amount enough dollars? Wow. That's a first in this game. Ah! Candidate induction.
The boots. I was sure the boots would be here. Shit.
You're playing a bad hand, kid. You're just too spliced to smell it. Roll on back to Mother Goose now, or everything's gonna go busto.
God damn it. The Big Daddy boots need to be shipped here, not the damn library. What kind of idiot is Ryan hiring nowadays? This kind of bullshit never happened on the Fontaine.
Oh. 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 Kind of fucking orangey is that? Yeah. Hello. Don't mind me. Oh, was I in your way? Go ahead. Get on through. Do what you gotta do. Oh, you're gonna leave now? Alright. I gotta like start spending money at this point if I have that much money in my protector smell.
Big Daddy make a terrible stink. Very smelly. Maybe something can be done. But the little sisters seem to like the order. Now we have to find the recruits. You become Big Daddy, it's a one-way street. But Ryan says don't worry. Recruits will be no problem. That's Ryan. He's a good guy.
There's semen on everything.
Could I have made mistakes? One does not build cities if one is guided by doubt. But can one govern in absolute certainty? I know that my beliefs have elevated me just as I know that the things I have rejected would have destroyed me. But the city, it's collapsing before my... Have I become so convinced by my own beliefs that I have stopped seeing the truth? Perhaps. But Atlas is out there, and he aims to destroy me and to destroy my city. To question is to surrender. I will not question.
Is somebody there? Yeah! Give me 12 my phone. I can! I'm opening you up! Yes, no, you
This is where you find bodysuit.
Shame things turned out this way, kid. You and me could have run the table in this place. Now there's nothing left for you but a long, cold nothing.
don't like them when they're filthy.
Big Daddy bodysuit gives you a 25% resistance to all damage. Something tells you that you'll need it.
this good? We will make disgusting Frankenstein out of you, yes? There is helmet and pair of boots, and we will be, how you say, in the business.
A trip to fresh air? Then save up to see Steinman.
And I can see his shadows above me. So this is kind of interesting to see. You almost like see like these suits rummaging through like this conveyor or whatever this is. As I'm hearing them say like in the voice recordings like about recruits and all these things. I don't have all the answers yet, but I kind of have a theory of what's kind of going on, but not totally yet for sure what's going on. I do find it very interesting though that Tenenbaum did say that the Little Sisters will only come to you if you are in those Big Daddy suits. Like they only trust you in those things.
You're instructing everything!
Say we hack this first. You know, I just realized, and this has taken me a while to just click with this, but this probably because of this room mostly. Those things that the Little Sisters kind of look like this, except they're red. So it's almost like they inject something into their body like of some sort of plasmid. And we inject this as a type of plasmid. But this is kind of like the starting room, if you will. Give them all their pieces, get them ready to go, whatever. Why these are shining, but I can't use them. Here. What is that telling me?
Look around you. There's nothing to see. Rapture's a mausoleum, a goddamn cemetery funhouse. And you and the crowd is just ghosts. It's just a matter of time till you realize.
It is not safe to go walking now. Yep, everything's safe now. Damn it!
Mr. Bubble, please get up.
She's got to be in the right position to grieve.
No, 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 no.
What can I really do for these little ones? I am tainted by sins. But you, perhaps you unlock a future for them that I cannot even imagine. A little one heads your way with a gift. Please be careful.
You see, like, they have these little things. That's what I was saying earlier. They have these little pieces. And I saw one of them drinking it one time. These even intrigue me even more. Like, they put them on these things and did something to them. Whatever it was. I mean, these Big Daddies, they seem very robotic, right? Like, they don't seem to attack you unless you're attacking a little sister. They're not aggro, they don't come after you, they just kind of stand, you know, they just see you and want to kill, you know? The only things that they seem to attack are anything that's aggressive towards them.
I hunt you, monster!
And see, the things you're looking at are like different Big Daddies. So if I look at this suit and I were to go to look at that Big Daddy, it's not the same suit. This is more red. This is like a different stripe to it. The pattern's a little different. Unless there's layers, right? Like this might be like this might be the first layer that you wear and then you get a different layer.
You question my judgment? I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, a terrible thing. Japanese kill every man in my city, except for Suchong. Suchong have opium. Very good opium. This war, terrible thing too. But not for Suchong. Everyone's scared now. Everyone need Adam. More than little sisters can make. Good news is war makes lots of corpses. Suchong knows a way to recycle Adam from corpses. But can't send a little sister out to street unprotected. Suchong must think on this.
So I don't know if I said this either, right? These Big Daddies don't really talk. Okay. Hang on.
I'd turn tail if I were you, kid. Ain't nothing here for you but tears.
Ah, look at you. You look just the same as those. Oh, what things we have done. What things. Now the boots.
Report me, you... I want to talk! Come on,
Damn it! Try to get out of there.
I'm just kidding around.
Were you just kidding? Well, then why'd you kill me?
You know, you should be thanking me. I brought you here. I showed you who you are. Nobody never told you nothing but lies till I come along.
I mean, you technically still lie to me, though? So I guess I don't really know what you mean by that, bud. You ain't perfect here. Everyone's kind of a liar.
I'm busy, I'm not.
Wait.
Sometimes I'm even
Oh, that's so weird. There's a little sister running past a corrupted one versus a normal one. That's actually kind of funny. We also have the gift right here too that we got to pick up. So
Get me on my knee! Get me on my knee! Get me on my knee!
wait, it's almost dead.
Keep it out from me!
No, it's not. What am I? I'm gonna die here a few times, I think. If I somehow live through this, I'm gonna be shocked. Yeah, I didn't think so. Would have been shocked though. Okay, we just go right back upstairs and he should be dead. I do not know where he went. But see, it's not the same. She like moved. She went to a different one. So now she's no longer with this one. The hell was that noise? I mean, I have so much like Eve right now, but I have no first aid. The fuck?
I promised to do no harm.
How was he shooting at? Let's go grab the gift and see what that is. $200 atom. Prolific inventor. Inventing is already a valuable pastime in the resource-strapped halls of Rapture. Make yourself a prolific inventor, and you'll be the envy of your peers as you turn worthless junk into valuable commodities. Whenever you invent an item, you get twice as many as normal. We should do this one. And this one. And then we should also do this one. Okay, let's just check this out. Let's just see what this is.
We bred little ones to imprint to certain smells, pheromones. But this is not like putting an aftershave. You will need 3 industrial applications of this stuff, and then the little ones will be thrown to you like a bee to honey. You will have to gather 3 pheromones here, so that you smell disgusting, just like a big daddy.
Okay, might want to see if I can re-listen to that, but I think I get what she's saying. There's like parts I have to collect, essentially, to have a scent that will make them trust me or something. But since I didn't see subtitles, I'm not exactly sure what they were saying. The 3 pheromones, but whatever. And the little ones will be drawn to you like a bee to honey. And you will have to gather 3 pheromones here so that you'll smell disgusting, just like a big daddy. Okay.
You push me too far, kid. When you're cold and stiff, I'm gonna go over to Mother Goose's house, and I'm gonna take it apart, piece by piece, and brat by brat. Consider it your legacy.
Man, I'm just trying to listen to dialogue. Why the hell did he start talking to me in the middle of that hack, man? He just warped in the middle of the air. Where the hell was that stupid health pack? There it is. I'm just gonna auto hack it, I think.
Welcome to the circus of value.
How the hell that guy die? Or fall over you? Oh god, I didn't realize the little sister was with him. Hang on, there was a lot of stuff happening there and the little sister didn't even care. I got a lot of health though this time, so I can probably just go crazy here. Fuck! He's probably gonna be gone now, gonna be replaced by somebody else. I gotta fucking find the new one now. Where to locate? What the hell is in here? Have I even been in this? No. Alright, well, time out. We're going here now. I don't feel like I actually used that ability or even tried to do that until like the end of the game. There's There's something over here. I think this is actually the last thing that I need. Because she said gloves, right? Oh my god, what are you doing here? Big Daddy, this is what she's saying, the boots. Not the gloves, the boots. Damage research. I hit him where it hurts. I'm probably just gonna store this. I don't think I've even been using these. Wait, why do I have 2 of these? Electric flesh? Ah, we'll store it.
We are getting somewhere. Now we will find some pheromones for you on the voice box. Let us go now. We have got the work to do.
A voice box.
Come back! Come back! Come back here!
I like how you just mooned me before. The fuck was that? Just mooned me. She's like, here's my ass.
Where you gonna go? Your life? Your family? They're a fairy tale, kid. No more real than something you read about in the Saturday Evening Post. Poor bastard. A motherless freak. Whipped up in a half-baked science experiment.
So I have to collect 3 of these things, right? Yeah, Big Daddy pheromone sample. Back up. So I'm spraying myself.
I can only be glad I am nowhere near you and that awful stink. Why the little ones are drawn to the smell of those pheromones is beyond anything I can understand.
Always stay close to a friend. All good girls gather. Hidey hole. It's like they're training them. Wait. Why just girls?
I know why it has to be children, but why just girls? This I cannot determine why, but I know it is so. Fontaine says, one less bathroom to build in the orphanage. It is amazing to watch the effect of Adam on their small bodies. Their own cells replaced by the new stems the instant they are damaged. These children are practically invulnerable. It is a shame you could not do the same thing to an adult. There would be quite a market for a man you could not kill.
Listen, I wasn't trying to shoot you, for God fucking sakes. Give me 1 sec, idiot. Stop shooting, for God, 1 second. Oh my fucking God.
Mr. Bubbles. No, 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 no. Thank you. Thank you for helping me.
Thank you. I like the ones that sound like, thank you. Like the audio's all scuffed.
I push principle. A man's entitled to mistakes. Oh, this could be a hygienic. I like the prestige. Like the journey. They crawl around at night.
Understand there's a lot of epic stuff happening with the music to probably build up whatever I was about to look at, but I'm too busy wanting to hack this right now. So there's the last one over there. Again, more like testing and subjecting and experimenting and scientisting and all that other fun stuff.
Please, Officer Joe. I don't want to go on the table.
Wow. This is after they've been used up. Too slow. There's semen on everything. Everything.
Look at you. We will make Big Daddy out of you yet, I think. There is only one piece missing. The voice box modification machine in optimized eugenics.
So a while back, I said, give me a minute, because I thought that these things were brain dead or whatever. Like they weren't talking, like they weren't saying anything. Because they usually just kind of go,
Has Mother Goose really got her hooks into you? You can knock Ryan all you want, but the old man was bingo on one point of fact. You won't even walk till somebody says go.
I don't know, I have so many thoughts in my head because they were talking about war and they were saying how recruits and whatever. I was thinking in my head that they built these things from dead bodies from a war. And so when they rebuilt them or build them up into these things, they that's why they kind of just sound and just kind of like walk like they're like mummified and shit because they're not even real. Like they're not even alive. But now the voice box intrigues me. And maybe they are actually people, real people in suits, but maybe they're not. And maybe the voice box was just a thing they had to build in it because they couldn't talk because they are brain dead. Because, like, look at how they walk. I don't know. That's monitoring them. Stations. The fuck is there? Oh, wow. I didn't even see this below. That's crazy. Station 4, Station 2, Station 1, Station 3. And so they would monitor these things down here. Since this map is super fucking confusing, I'm gonna try to go to that one thing that is down here in this little corner that's grayed out, where this little crack on my screen is, and try to see what the hell that is. Oh, I can't even go down there. That's what that is. Wait, is it this? That's not what I wanted. I'm still not sure why you're able to do this.
Fontaine, scary son of a bitch. But Ryan, cheap son of a bitch. You can no reuse protector suit. Take a man, graft the skin and organs straight into suit. Otherwise, your suit not work. Ryan say Big Daddy too expensive. Ryan can go suck an egg.
So I think my theory is kind of right here with this. I think what I just said is kind of right. It's hard for me to picture it, but it's kind of what I'm saying. They built these things with it. They weren't even human. Obviously, they genetically modified or like cloned or created something with these little sisters. And I also know that Fontaine is technically telling me too that like I'm genetically modified as well. Don't know. We're trying to find the voice box now. So I was still technically wrong about when I said on like the last stream, I said that we were gonna get into a Big Daddy. I was still technically wrong when you think about it. Because what I thought that meant was we were just gonna get in that suit and just go. So essentially what we did is we collected parts around this area to get into a Big Daddy suit, not just jump into one and just go. So I had an idea that I thought we were gonna go right into that suit in the very beginning and become a Big Daddy.
Here is where you'll be finding the voice box to have sound like one of those Big Daddies. Repulsive creature.
I'm sorry, I didn't really hear what you were saying because a stupid scanner was gonna kill me here, buddy. That's where I'm gonna find the voice box. Oh, perfect. Oh, fuck, God! He wasn't even... Marketing gold.
I'll admit Fontaine showed some foresight when he built up the plasmid business, but the man really never understood sales. Hiding those little girls beneath a bushel. I've just seen the preliminary design work on the new plasmid machines, and they're exactly what I wanted. Mark my words, presented properly, those little sisters are marketing gold.
We tricked you, monster.
You think two-bit heroics count for a fig in this pit? You're staring down the puke stain of Ryan's busted dream. You think there's something worth saving down here? Then you deserve to gargle with the rest of these scrubs.
Oh.
You think turning yourself into one of those tin men is a two-way street? The crowd's holding auditions for the Frankenstein parade, and you're first in line.
Are your hacks still being interrupted by alarms? Then you need the alert. Okay.
say, Big Daddy. Are you ready? Now go to the Little Sister vent by the proving grounds.
I've got Rapture now. I've got the Atom now. You think that pin suit's even half enough to put the scare in me?
Extra munitions?
Ryan sent over extra munitions. He must have suspected trouble. I will lock them up near the protective valves and set the code to 1921. I don't expect we'll ever be needing them, though. Once Big Daddy is ready, nobody cross the Big Daddy.
Oh, I'm making the noise when I get hurt now. So instead of me going, ah, I go, ooh. Fontaine futuristic genetic research.
Fontaine is dead. Bad for Fontaine. Good for Suchong. Play hard to get for a bit. Then Mr. Ryan get hungry for me. Tenenbaum gone, Fontaine gone. Suchong only one who know all about little sisters. Like I said, it is very good for Suchong.
You need to bring them out of hiding and then they'll let you in the door. Go on, hit the vent with your wrench. Und bitte. It would mean very much to me if you will be gentle with the girls. Mein kleines Mädchen. The little ones will lead you to Fontaine.
Hurry, Mr.
But
B.
you must protect
I
them.
can see the angel dancing in the sky. Hurry, Mr. Bubbles. Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
That's it, kid. It's been a long road. You don't even remember most of it.
Time to go, Mr.
Put you on a sub when you were just a sprout.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
I don't feel so great. I'm dizzy, I'm nauseous, and sometimes I'm even seeing things that aren't there.
That's just the blasted blues, Mary. You just need to slow down a bit.
Time to go, Mr. B. Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
me poor Moira. Ay, me wee baby Patrick. Maybe one day I'll get me a real family. They play well with the suckers.
Only the little ones can open these doors. You must protect them.
Oh fuck, she's getting hit right now.
Mr. B. Time to go, Mr. B.
Look at them. Even though they are physically freer than me together, Su Chung's mental conditioning still holds them to their terrible past. For sin such as this can never atone.
It was a pretty changing, Mr. B. Good girl, Mr. B. Be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
As I say!
Mr. B. No time to waste. Mr. B, I can see the angels dancing in the sky. I can see Time to go, Mr. B. Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for our kisses. Hurry, Mr. B. I can see the angels dancing in the sky.
Watch out!
Look, Mr.
Fontaine and
Bubbles.
their harvesting will draw the attention of this flight.
Came here to be a star.
No, no.
What? Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
I'm kind of curious to see what happens if she does die, though.
Protect the little ones. They're not longer infused with Adam. They are as vulnerable as any child. If a little one falls, you can call for another at the vent. But to lose even one is a sin.
Oh. That's kinda crazy. Well, I know what I'm doing in my second playthrough. Save scumming a fuck ton. Right now, I don't care what happens. Because that technically then would still lock you out of for the bad ending, I would think. We gotta do this all over? Oh, see, we're good. Alright, she forgot. She was like, whoops, my bad. Forgot this other sister already did it, so now I don't have to do it. That is so stupid.
Time to go, Mr. B.
Oh.
Hurry! Hurry, Mr. Bubbles.
Come on, dude. Oh my fucking god.
No! Find a vent and summon another little one.
She just fades. Whatever, it's my first playthrough. I'm taking for what it is, but my second playthrough, I'm saving the scumming the fuck out of this. Okay, so noting for next time that I gotta make sure that I am hacking these turrets or blowing them up. One of the two.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
I'm right here. Let's go.
I'm not. I did. What?
Leave her the fuck alone. Dude, why aren't you getting shot at? I'm the worst protector ever. What's now?
I don't know what I was thinking. I was sliced up once the whole time I was down here in this aquarium. Figured it was bad to mix business with pleasure, but to get all the nose candy and floor polish I've been wasting time with, this stuff is the mother's milk.
This place is stressful. I'm killing kids. I'm the worst Big Daddy ever. Yeah, I know. Fucking the turrets are ruthless on the kids.
In the sky. Hurry, Mr. B. Angels are waiting for our kisses. I'm ready for dreams.
She's gonna die again.
Mr. B, I can see the angels dancing in the sky. Angels don't wait for slowpokes. Mr. B, I can see the angels dancing in the sky. Time to go, Mr. B. Hurry, Mr. B.
The harvesting will draw the attention of the slicer.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B. Angels don't wait for slowpokes.
Fucking hell.
The little one has fallen. Now you must find the vent and bring forth another little one.
No.
Better for the girls to be with you. Better with you than alone. Alone in the crawling darkness.
I'm honestly gonna try to like do as much as I can before they come back. Before I let them back to like just for shit like that we just saw.
Hop, hop, Mr. B. No time time to waste. Don't be
I don't think that they were done with this the last time. I think she died in the middle of it, so. Oh no, okay.
Angels are waiting for our kisses.
Okay, that place is on fire. Is she taking damage right now? She doesn't.
Time to go, Mr. B.
That might be plenty for the working scrubs and the pencil pushers, but I need more. More! I want to splice till there ain't nothing left to splice with!
Hurry, Mr. B.
There! You must use the needle of the little sister to drain Fontaine of his Adam. It is the only way to defeat him.
The little sister said, "What are you waiting for? Pick up the needle."
Fontaine is nearby. You are reaching close now.
Take this! Stick it in the bad man!
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here. Make sure you are ready to face him before moving on.
I remember when me and the crowd put you in that sub. You were no more than 2. You were my ace in the hole, but you were also the closest thing I ever had to a son. And that's why this hurts. But real, kid, life ain't strictly business.
Go! Go now! Hit him with the needle!
Come on now, kid. You want to get serious? Come and get it, Luke!
He's got fire, right?
Catch my breath. And I'm gonna bury you and all their little eggs.
So does he reset? Yes. No. How you learn. So let's do this.
You think you got a shot at this? I'm barely getting started.
I'm alone in this world? I got more than enough moms to watch my back.
Nice.
Good money for you. And this is what I get?
Look at all this Adam.
Is that all you got? I'll put you down. Need a minute. And I'm gonna cut you into bait. I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. And now,
They offered you everything, yes. And in return, you gave them what I have come to expect of you. Brutality. You took what you wanted. All the Adam, all the power. And the Rapture trembled. But in the end, even the Rapture was not enough for you. Your father was terrified the world would try to steal the secrets of his city. But not you, for now you have stolen the terrible secrets of the world.
She gives me kind of mixed signals, to be honest. Because Tenenbaum is obviously guilty because she did it too. But then she makes you feel like shit in the end anyways. I have no idea what the fuck that ending was. I think the only problem with the ending, which can be so convoluted, is you do one bad thing and it's like, okay. And you kind of just feel like, but I only did it once. But they're like, it's bad though. What you did was the worst thing. And it's like, but I only did it once though. And then they still kind of punish you even at the end if you let one of them die when you didn't even consume one. So you would still technically get the bad ending if you fuck that part up too. And now see, to be really honest with you, if this is obviously my first playthrough, but if I were to possibly screw all that up, or I'm sorry, rescue every single one, I still think I would have done this bad ending because I probably wouldn't have been able to keep them alive. Because that last part, just trying to keep them alive to guide them through, it's very brutal. They get melted by the turrets, which is on medium, by the way. It's not on. It's not. That was the hardest part of the game. Was right there. They try very, very, very hard, in my honest opinion, to make sure that you have a bad ending. But then, why did she say it was a sin? It's kind of misguiding to say. However, one dying is still a sin. So that just doesn't make sense to me. Because it's still bad, but it doesn't change the ending. It's weird. Because now, see, I can retort then and say, if I'm not streaming this and I don't have chat telling me, then I would have been save scumming, trying to think, oh crap, did I get a bad ending? And I would have been replaying that part over and over again to perfect it, to find out later and go, oh, whoops. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, man. I don't know. A lot just happened in the flash of my eyes there. Tried to retain a lot of what they said. And I got one of my questions answered. One of my questions answered was, so Atlas made up the story, Fontaine made up the story of my family that never existed. I also got the answer of, I originally thought, and I said it in one of my other streams, that I thought that Tenenbaum or Ryan, I can't remember which one I said, wanted me to get out of here because they knew the dangers of Fontaine, okay? And that's not true. Fontaine sent me away, and then Fontaine brought me back to show you what you could have missed out on, if I'm remembering that correctly. I mean, at this point, if I'm missing something, chat, you guys can just tell me. Unless it's something that I'll explain in 2, then don't. Okay, so So Gavin says in chat, don't be so certain. Don't be so certain in theories or whatever, because you still got other games. So you'll still kind of figure out what else is happening. Okay. Okay. I think the story does a very good job so far of answering a lot of my questions, but not being able to really fully explain it, because there's like things I've said in theories of stuff that I've thought and that I've been wrong. I'm probably about 80%. The only thing that I've been right so far on Bioshock 1, the only thing that I've been right on is knowing that Atlas isn't real. That's it. Everything else of my theories have been wrong. Something that I thought was very interesting as well is when we were walking through that last part was the deals between Fontaine and Ryan. Sounds like to me, Fontaine and Ryan worked together, had indifferences, didn't see eye to eye. Ryan said, I'm taking over the fucking business. Fuck you, or whatever. Fontaine is quote unquote dead. Atlas arises. Atlas wants to take down Ryan, and then it kind of just goes. Now the question leads, who is the antagonist going forward? We have Tenenbaum, who's technically a good person in some sort of way. Like she wants to see the good in you. What's very interesting is when you all of a sudden became a quote unquote big daddy unofficially, and you watched what they were doing to these bodies, to these people. You were seeing what was going on. And another thing that I asked myself, I said, I do not know why those big daddies need to be around the little sisters. I kind of got a theory of why these big daddies, how they were created or why they were put here. Little sisters have Adam. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to use the word, their spidey senses get tingled when a little sister starts harvesting a splicer. I know also in the beginning of the game, I got stuck with that plasmid that Fontaine told to put me in my wrist. My eyes woke up and there were two splicers next to me, right? And they were like, oh, this guy looks like a new fish or whatever in the pond or something. Looks like he just took the shit or whatever it was. And then a big daddy arises and you hear the noise in the background. And a little sister then shows up afterwards. That little sister, I think, did something to me. I can't remember or not. And said, like, this one looks something. She said something to me. I don't remember all the words. I can tell you that a game like this that has a lot of those, like, theories that I have in my head that I can never really finish, to be honest, like, wants me to play a second time through. Because then I can feel like it would click. This is very similar to like Mass Effect. I played Mass Effect for my first time, a full playthrough, and there were so many things that I was missing, not sure what I was understanding, all these things. And I loved the story so much that I played it for a second time and it started to click. This game follows that suit very, very well in the style of the writing, where it kind of does throw a lot at you, but it intrigues me to want to replay. I'm very happy that I finally gave this game an opportunity. Because I know back when I first played it on a sleep-deprived attempt-a-thon of 4-year anniversary stream of 24 hours, the opinion was very different. In a game like this where the series continues, it's hard to give you an opinion because I do not know what else is to hold. However, I do love the writing in this game. I do love just the immersiveness in this game, the amount of like stuff they just put in the first game to slap into you that they could have probably put in the second. They could have put the whole stuff with the big daddies and all that stuff that I was getting answers into this first one, they could have put in the second. And I've already said this before and I'll say it again, that I honestly think that by the point where I saw the little sisters in that one area with Tenenbaum, I believe, that would have been the part where I would have been sold, and that should have been the end of the game. And anything else after that point just felt like DLC. So I'm very happy with the amount of content that was in this game. So basically, if I'm trying to break this down, essentially Adam is what made Fontaine look the way that he did. Now that's kind of crazy to think though too, is that he never once took Adam until the very end of this game. And he turned into that fucking quickly is kind of fucking crazy. But I can't totally believe him at the same time. Maybe he only took a little, but he also said it was bad for business, right? Because when I saw him in the beginning when he was throwing shit as we got into the area for the first time, he was pretty fucking strong. So I can't believe him totally. I do like him. He's a good antagonist. Kind of like making me remember the lines of the Moira and Patrick. That was good as well. And him kind of like saying, reminding me about the puppy as well and putting that down. Do I understand who Jack is? I'm guessing Jack is me. I don't even remember if they ever like said my name. I feel like they did. I wonder if that was in the letter. Fontaine technically raised me is what he said. He brought me up and he says, this is why it hurts me. I'm gonna use the term like genetically modified. Like I was genetically created. Why are so many things needing to, why am I different than the big daddies and the little sisters? That would be incorrect. But the Fontaine raising part is kind of correct. He is a normal human basically. That's so confusing because I thought that the recording was Suchan and the dog was me. And I was being mind controlled. However, I don't know why they would want to. Why do they want me to be? Why am I the only sleeper agent? There's too many crossing lines. There's these splicers. There's this war going on. There's these big daddies. There's these little sisters. There's Adam. And it's like hard for me to know what the game really wants me to focus on. What is the really draw to the story? What is the one thing that I feel like I need to understand right now? And if I don't, the rest of the game is going to be super confusing because I'm not catching the hints. I'll type out an audio tape that's a huge thing. Okay. Ryan had us install some kind of genetic device into the things, so only Ryan and his inner circle will be able to use them without discompensation. But the boys tell me the keys are pretty unreliable. Sisters, cousins, anybody in the ballpark genetically will be able to come and go as they see fit. Neptune's bounty, I was way back in the beginning. Crazy. Because like, see where my brain is and like where I'm thinking mostly? And all the stuff that's going on, like my brain is so focused from Ryan and on, like after Ryan died and forward. All I can think about right now, because Neptune Bounty was like the second place we went to. How do you not know what that's saying? Because I've already said a few times that I don't know how to explain my words when I'm overwhelmed with 5 different thoughts in my heads. So you just have to bear with me. And when your brain's overloaded, it's just kind of hard to like know what to think. You need Ryan's genetics. I need Ryan's genetics. Oh, I do now that you say that. I do remember something about Ryan saying, I do remember some log about that. There was an inner circle. And only a few. So, because the thing is, like, when the splicers would die, they would die. They would never go back to the splicosphere. When I would die, I would go back, though. Oh, I'm thinking of the Vita Chambers, not the bathyspheres. Same goes for the Vita Chambers, which is why it doesn't work for splicers. And the thing in his office I was talking about, he turns the Vita Chambers off. Does he really? I never even caught that. Because I know another line that Ryan said, now that I see you face to face, there's nothing that I can do to stop you. That was also an interesting line too. Like, why can't he stop me? Why are you letting me kill you? The thing is, Ryan didn't know who Atlas was either. I said that a few times in my playthrough. But I'm wondering if Ryan knew who Fontaine was, and he knew that I was doing the work, would he have stopped me? That's what I don't get though. See, in my mind, when you say like, Ryan catches onto who Atlas is, but by then it's too late, I guess I don't really see how that's the case. My brain doesn't really click with that. How is it too late? Why can't Ryan just off me? And that's where my brain went during that scene. I can't stop this guy that's being mind controlled. Yeah, you could. You could have literally just put a gun to my head and killed me. But no, he couldn't, Levi. No, he couldn't. Because you would have been, no, you couldn't. Genetically, that's why he couldn't stop you. Because you would just keep being revived. But why wasn't he genetically structured then? Why wasn't Ryan genetically structured? Ryan didn't have those capabilities? Why would Ryan not make those capabilities for himself? That's kind of interesting. If you're saying what I think you're saying, I'm like a Ryan clone. Am I wrong? He says, "Oh my God, ha ha ha." You can just tell me. If it's fine. Oh, but see, that's convoluted to me. So Gavin says son. But that's convoluted to me because Fontaine says, I brought you back here. Why didn't Ryan? Fontaine said he brought me back here, not Ryan. Fontaine created me. Fontaine and Sutron mind control me. Why wasn't Ryan unsure about that? Why wasn't Ryan like aware of that? Is that why Ryan doesn't like Fontaine? We can, sure, yeah. We can talk in voice. You're probably just gonna do most of the talking anyways.
Okay, there's so much. I'm gonna try my best to not say things that haven't been mentioned in this game. Everything I've said is in this game. They never flat out say you're his son, but they heavily hint at it quite often. Okay, so the thing about Ryan not bringing you back, here's what happens. There's audio logs that talk about this woman named Jasmine, like Jasmine Jolie. She is basically Ryan's like side chick because Ryan's actual wife, I think, or girlfriend, I believe she was sterile. He ends up with this side chick. He gets her pregnant. So she freaks out and she gives the unborn, I don't know how, she gives the unborn fetus somehow to Su Chong. Maybe he takes it out of her, I guess. So then Su Chong and Fontaine and raise the baby.
Oh.
And they turn him into a sleeper
I see.
agent that they let free until needed again. But when you're in the plane, all of that is like set up to happen, that you happen to be flying over the very specific spot in the Atlantic Ocean. Read the present, and I
It says
don't
do not
know
open
exactly what
do not open until ...
It says, would you kindly, it's implied that he takes the plane hostage and forces it to crash.
Who's he? Fontaine?
No, you, Jack. Jack does it.
Because of the trigger. Would you
Yes. It's implied that he forces it to crash. And then goes to the rapture. And then they make you a sleeper agent not just to follow Would You Kindly, but you are essentially an assassin to kill Ryan. That's your whole purpose. And then Fontaine fakes his death.
Right.
Then 2 years later, Atlas shows up. Ryan doesn't know who Atlas is until you start showing up. Because Ryan doesn't realize it at first, but then he puts the pieces together that you're using bathysphere. The security system's not as dangerous to you. You're using Vita chambers. You're making it through Rapture. You should not be able to. I believe even in the office, it's implied the reason he doesn't do anything to you is that he believes he knows what's going to happen regardless. So even if he did kill you there, I think the idea is that he knows he's dying no matter what. It's either by you or by Fontaine. The way he lets you kill him to show that he's still in control in a sense. Then also, it's believed he does it to give a big message to one, the player, but two, Jack. Like a man chooses, a slave obeys. He's saying that you're not a man, you're a slave. Revelation to Jack himself, which helps him then turn on Fontaine. I will say, I think a lot of questions about Little Sisters or any intrigue you have on them may be heavily big plot of the second game, maybe or may not. I don't know.
Okay. So the plot to this game to set up the others was mostly, so this is how I'll ask this question. This set so that I'm not getting sidetracked and focusing on the wrong things. What is the direction that I should take from this game? And knowing that because I said if there's something they're no longer going to mention because you should have got it at this point, what is that from this game?
Each Bioshock game is kind of interesting because they're kind of each their own story. 2 takes place like 8 years after 1. So they're like it's not a direct sequel. And they're not like so connected that you're going to play 2 and like, oh fuck, okay, Jack is this, that, Jack, you know what I mean? It's like, there is lore and stuff that you'll find that give you more info about, like, let's say Ryan or some character you maybe have already seen or heard of.
So you said something about bathyspheres. I don't understand why certain people can only operate them. That's how you described it, at least. That's how I was understanding what you were telling me.
Pretty much only people with Ryan's genetics can use them.
So genetics. So when you keep saying genetics, it's mostly because he's my dad.
Yes.
I was born basically by accident.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why when you show up, he has no idea. He thinks you're from Washington. He thinks you're like a government agent.
That's
He
right.
has no idea who you are.
That's right. Yeah, I think playing it a second time will, even having this conversation helps, but like playing it a second time will definitely be like, oh, okay, now it's starting to click. But I'm not a splicer.
Splicers are the result of using too much Adam.
So when he says like, would you kindly until when that present, is that at all explained?
What it says?
Yeah. Is that all explained in any other games? What's also interesting too is Ryan brings up when he's in his office, he says a plane crash, hijacked, like he's even saying it. So Ryan knows about the hijack too. Fontaine set up the hijack, but Ryan knew about the hijack?
It happens so fast that you probably don't even see it. Also, he says, he says that plane crash, or was it hijacked? But it flashes a flashback of the present opened, and it has a gun in it, and then the letter itself says, to Jack, with love from Mom and Dad. Would you kindly not open until coordinates 63 to north, 20 or 60 degrees to something north, 29 degrees 55 west. I think that the Ryan line is him putting the pieces together. Surely he would know about the crash. Surely he would know about the crash, but that's why he's saying, is it a plane crash or was it a hijack? Because he's putting the pieces together of who Atlas is, who you are, etc., etc.
The ending also doesn't make sense either. The bad ending, essentially. Where she's saying, like, you did all this. And I was like, the cutscene happened so fucking fast, too, that I was like...
So I think what it's implying, and I agree, it doesn't make sense, that if you harvest one of them, it's implied you're harvesting pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
But I believe what's happening is this, like, submarine, right, that they're like, what the fuck? Like, all these, like, pieces are coming up, which are, like, parts of Rapture. And then a pod comes up, your escape pod. And I believe that is Jack flying out of it as a splicer now because he's used so much Adam, he's lost his mind. I've only ever seen that ending twice now. I'm so used to the other ending.
Yeah, because it's just like, well, Tenenbaum is like so like nice to me. Like she's the whole fucking game. Like she's like, maybe you, whatever. And oh, here's a gift. All of a sudden, at the end of the game, she's like, sounds so angry and disgusted with me. And I'm just like, the fuck? What a turn of a dime this is. Like, you sound like you were like so helpful and you know, we'll forgive you for your sins. And then at the end of the game, they're like, just kidding. Your sins aren't forgiven. You're actually a horrible human being. And I'm just like, what?
It's saying is you take the key to the city and then you abuse them because you've harvested one. So now it implies you're the biggest big bad.
Yeah, right.
The power of owning Rapture consumes you and you go mad. You send an attack to the surface and a bunch of spider splicers attack a nuclear submarine. Right before it fades away, it shows a nuclear missile on the sub, alluding to the possibility of starting a nuclear war.
Still, I think it'll take time to process a lot of these things. Like I said, too, it'll be probably play this a second time more than likely, regardless of the conversations that we've had. As I said, too, it's just one of those things where I want to make sure that anything that is not going to be repeated or to make sure, you know, you missed this is not going to be in these other games. I want to make sure I understand it now before I move forward. I know that I asked a question about like I said something during the playthrough, the Big Daddies were like, I'm gonna just say husks, or like not, they were already dead, and then they just basically built them inside a Big Daddy.
It is a living human that has been modified to fit inside of this thing. Big Daddies are like molded to the outfit, like they can't take it off. Their main purpose, well, they have two purposes. One is to like keep the city afloat, like they repair shit, and the others is the little sisters.
Well, like, you know, when I saw like the shops and I saw or the little like areas where it looked like they were monitoring them in the little stations 1, 2, and 3, and 4, these things are cloned, correct?
No.
Oh.
I don't think there's a spoiler, but you'll get this answer almost immediately when you play the second one.
If anything tells me in these games or just in this society, no matter where you go, even if you want to get away from it all, there's always going to be like corruption and politics and whatever. I'm just ready to play the second one at this point. I think if I keep asking questions and I keep trying to figure out what's going on, I just got to keep.
You're gonna really like the second one.
But fun game. Loved it. Can't wait for 2. I'm actually gonna load this up and just see what the menu is. See what it looks like. That's kind of cool. So the sisters changed.
They look a little less goofy.
Cool. Okay. Some of those things in the background I'm looking at, like Fleet Hall, that was in the first one. Wait, that one says Pharaoh's Fortune. I don't think I saw that in the first one. I believe I didn't. I don't feel like I did. How were they able to run electricity outside underwater?
That's a great question.
I don't think any other game has ever attempted or another dev or has ever attempted a style of a game where life is underwater. I don't think there's any other game that's tried to like be inspired by it. I feel like this is the only game that's done it.
I'm gonna be in bed like drink Fontaine and Tenenbaum.
I'm gonna just wake up going, would you kindly? Well, I didn't want to say it, but the question that I had too was who the antagonist is gonna be in the second and third game. Curious on that. Because if it's 8 years later and both of them are now dead, who's the next problem? And Bioshock Rapture at this point too is kind of like it's done, you know, it's like over. It shouldn't even exist at this point. There's no one in control. It's all chaos. So why the fuck am I even there? So the good ending would probably have explained that, because I think that I
was about to say there might be another ending that may or may not imply that it goes on for a little bit longer.
Well, I feel like I'm probably going to try to rebuild Rapture to what it was, is my theory, because I'm showing that I have some genetic ability to essentially cure these things, but as she said too, you know, they still are programmed or whatever, genetic, like they still do the things they do even though they're not in that other state that they're in. It is kind of interesting how I can repair them or fix them, rescue them. It's weird that they know that I can do that. Why I have that power. That wasn't explained.
There is an explanation for it, but they don't flat out say it. Maybe you have to rewatch it. In the very beginning, the first little sister that you have the option to harvest or not, which I think is the one you did harvest.
Yeah.
The only one. I'm pretty sure Tenenbaum throws you a plasmid, and that's what lets you save them or not.
Oh. Well, because all I'm doing in the image is I'm just rubbing their face. But the plasmids that's right. Plasmids get injected into you, so then you have
That's why your hand turns all like white.
I get it. That makes sense. So that's another thing I won't catch until I play the second time. That's another thing I'll miss.
Yeah, I think that one's easy to miss because it's not an actual power in the game. What I find interesting is why Atlas doesn't stop you from saving them. Like, why doesn't he say, would you kindly harvest them?
True.
Or something like that. Like, I know it's a game thing to give you the choice. Realistically, why would he not stop you from doing that?
True. Yeah, I guess now that you say that, it brings me to this other question, which is, what is Adam and why was it created for Rapture? Why did they need it, essentially?
They definitely talk about that more. But basically, Adam is what lets you use plasmids, and they come from sea slugs.
How did they know that? How did they know the sea slugs had those abilities? Okay. You say something and it just leads to more questions. That's really what happens here. Like, that's the thing, is like you say that and then I just have another question on top of it. And we could go on this bunny trail forever, and it's almost like just play the games at that point.
And trust me, it only gets more and more confusing.